All right, we've got this old style F-150 truck. Was it 85?
89.
89 F-150 standard cab, and it's got the typical rust you find on these, on the rocker panels, the floorboard, and the cab corner back here. The cab corner is not actually rusted out that bad, just a little bit at the bottom, but the rocker panel and floorboard has some extensive rust here, and you can see we've cut away all the rust damage and ground the edges down to get the paint off. And then that under part right there, we're not going to do anything to cut that out because it's kind of like in place where it needs to be. We're going to spray line all that really good. We're going to clean it off a little bit better and spray line the whole thing. Then we've got some new sheet metal here somewhere. We're going to weld new metal in, but this whole project we're going to, there's the sheet metal we're going to use right there. We're going to cut that down and bend it to fit and weld it in. But what we did buy the pre-made cab corners and rocker panel replacement parts, and everybody said you have to take the front fender and the door off to get it up in there, but you know what, we don't have that much rust on the front. The rust was all concentrated right here along the edge. There wasn't that much rust up on the front part. So what we're going to do to repair this is we actually just trimmed. Do you have that trim piece that I handed you?
I did.
We trimmed this much off of the front of the repair panel, and once that was cut off, the repair panel slid easily right up into place, and you can see how nice that lined up perfectly. And we're going to reach in there with the stick welder and just weld around the edges of it in place right here, and there's not going to be any reason to take the door and fender off. Same thing at the back corner. We're not going to take the cab or the bed off either. Let's see, let me get a view of that. We're not going to take the bed off. We're going to push everything into place. You can see it's already pushed into place. You got to cut this down a little, right?
Oh yeah.
We're going to cut this cab corner. This is all good metal behind here, right down to this area here. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this off somewhere in here and just bead weld it around it and wrap the bead weld around as far as we can stick the welding stick to into the back there, and call it good. Fabricate the new floor pan, weld it all up, and we'll do some video updates as steps progress.